Hey guys, welcome to the channel and another video. Today I'm going to be watching Rocky by John G. Avildsen, written and starring Sylvester Stallone. Where do I start with this one? Rocky is a timeless classic and is considered to be one of the best sports films of all time, alongside films like Raging Bull. Do check that out on my channel. Boxing is my third favorite sport after football and MMA, and I have to admit that I have watched some of the Rocky films before. The thing though, like Rambo, I've watched them so long ago, I actually mixed all the films up into one. I do remember some things about the films, although I'm unsure which memory corresponds to which film. I remember a fight with Apollo Creed, which he won or lost, and a Russian or Eastern European fighter somewhere. I'm also very familiar with the Rocky theme, the running montage, and most importantly, Adrian. But all of these lack context. I don't know when they were used. More recently, I've watched the Creed films, with the first one being excellent and very emotionally impactful. Believe me when I say I am very excited to watch this film as an adult with an open mind. But before we get into it, to help support the channel, I have a Patreon page for full-length reactions to over 50 movies, early access, and weekly polls for what to watch next. You will need your own copy to watch along, of course. Please consider being a patron. Please subscribe to the channel. Do check out my other videos. Like if you liked this video, dislike it if you didn't. With all that being said, let's get started. Rocky, Avildsen, Stallone. Let's go! I love the intro. It just says Rocky with that triumphant music. 1975, Philadelphia. It looks like Rocky is an underground boxer, based on the fact that they're inside some sort of warehouse or training gym. I love the fact that the director is not using too much sound of the actual hits and is concentrating on the audience's reactions. A lot of these punches seem impactful, man. Good for him. The Italian Stallion, that's where the nickname came from. That's a great stage name though.
Corner man, $5 shower and towel, 7% tax, comes to $17.20.
$17.
And 7% tax comes to $40.55.
This is a beautiful shot, losing your body over $40. Talia Shire. I know Talia Shire. She's Connie from The Godfather, and Carl Weathers, he's Apollo Creed. And we're also getting a feel for the streets of Philadelphia in the mid-70s. Written by Stallone. He was such a fantastic writer. I wonder why he didn't write more films, because he's just more than an actor. He's extremely talented. And the fact that the apartment is quiet goes to show that he's alone. Great choice by the director and writing by Stallone so far.
Hey, you doing, Moby Dick? You miss me today or what?
That was a great boxer. Rocky Marciano.
This turtle food got here had more flies in it, no one more in it than flies. More fly, one more. Who the hell cares?
Is he wondering about the man he's become today and his lost potential? He's already so relatable. And he's being shown as an animal lover. Talia Shire.
You know, the last turtle food I got here had more moss in it than flies. You know that, Adrian?
She plays Adrian. When I saw Rocky in the mid-90s probably, I haven't watched The Godfather yet, so I didn't even recognize who Talia Shire was.
Adrian, I want you to go downstairs and clean all the cat cages. They're a mess.
Yeah, we'll make some money real soon, eh?
Yeah, $1 million.
What a beautiful shot.
You want to borrow, you gotta pay the man. Hey, I ain't emotionally involved, Bob. You understand? Give me some money.
So he's a local enforcer?
You're still $70 late.
You don't have to break nothing. Here, take my coat. It's worth $50, $60.
Hey, take the coat. Take the coat.
Desperation. You can hear the desperation in both of their voices. Rocky doesn't want to do this at all. And that man has no money to pay him with.
He only had 130, but I think he's good for the rest next week, Mr. Gasso.
That's it for today.
$20.
Tomorrow, collect from Del Rio. He's late 3 weeks, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
So why don't you break his thumb like I told you to? When you don't do what I tell you to do,
I think if I break the guy's thumb, he gets laid off, right? He can't...
do what I tell you to do because it's bad for my reputation. You understand? You got it, Rack?
You can see the uncomfortableness in his face. Oh man, the subtle piano. It really pulls at your heartstrings. They changed the law?
Where's my lock? Whose stuff is this in my lock?
Mickey told me to bag it, hang it.
I've been in that locker for 6 years, and you put my stuff in a bag on Skid Row?
Mickey tells me what to do, I gotta do it, right, Rock?
But why though? He keeps winning, right?
How you feeling today?
I think I recognize this actor on the right, Mick.
Because Dipper needed it. Tomato.
Me.
Yeah, let's face it, I run a business here, not a goddamn soup kitchen.
He's not good enough.
Did you fight last night?
Yeah, Spider Rico.
He's a bum. You got heart, but you fight like a goddamn ape.
He doesn't have finesse, is what Mike is trying to say. Stallone is going out of his way to write Rocky as a true underdog, with every disadvantage, with everything going against him. And whenever he's low, he comes and sees Adrian.
Hey, Bird, you want to fly me home? You need somebody to walk you home, you know?
I think he needs somebody to talk to.
I want to go home, make up a joke. I'm going to tell you a new joke tomorrow, okay?
I think the city of Philadelphia itself might be a character in the film.
Every day, every night, I pass by, your sister's giving me the shoulder. You know what I mean?
It's Adrian's brother.
Adrian is a loser.
So Rocky here is pretty much my age. And maybe that's why I can relate a little more to him. He might be my age, but he's twice my size.
Why don't you come over and talk to her?
Sure. Yeah?
Tomorrow you come for some bird, right?
Absolutely.
A gala occurrence with me beating Green like he committed a crime.
I think that's Apollo Creed because I think that's Carl Weathers, whom I've seen in Predator on the channel. Do check that out.
Because that's the way guys are. They laugh when you talk dirty, they think you're cute. But after a while, you get a reputation, that's it. You get no respect, you understand? You get no respect. You see, they don't remember you, they remember the rep.
And I respect the handheld camera work here.
Take care, you know?
Hey, Rocky.
Yo,
Screw you, creepo.
And the music kicks in with his self-reflection.
Says here Mackley Green has suffered a severely cracked third metacarpal in his left hand. Of course, we can cancel the fight indefinitely if you're set on fighting Green. I get hold of every worthwhile contender, and they all say the same thing. 5 weeks just isn't enough time to get into shape.
Oh, shape nothing, man. They're afraid.
Oh no, his big fight is falling through and they don't have a replacement. And that's where Rocky comes in.
Apollo Creed on January 1st gives a local underdog fighter an opportunity. There's nothing they'd like better than to see Apollo Creed give a local Philadelphia boy a shot at the greatest title in the world on this country's biggest birthday.
He's a promoter himself and a great businessman. I wonder how Rocky stumbles into this picture, because I don't think he's even respected in his own local boxing scene.
Some guys, they just hate for no reason. Gabby?
what?
Remember what I told you?
What'd you tell me?
Take it to the zoo.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing at that, but he had to get the final word in just to piss him off.
Hey, that Bobby Judge, he's a good boy. No, man, I don't feel the heat from that man.
Joe Zack's a good prospect.
They're choosing contenders based on names and appearances, not skill.
This is what I'm looking
Exactly.
The Italian Stallion. Look, it's the name.
It's the name.
The Italian Stallion. The media will eat it up.
I cannot believe Creed chose Balboa just based on his name.
Your sister knows I'm coming for sure, right?
Yeah. She's very excited.
Your sister, you sure your sister knows I'm coming?
Yeah. She's very excited.
Yeah.
I think Adrian's just too shy.
You look at me, I'm not ready for this.
It would make a difference if you were. Look, he's offended now. He's taking you out.
No, I can't.
Hey, I want you out of here systematically. Morning.
I love his little movements, man. That really sells his character.
You're doing fine.
I ain't doing fine. Look like an idiot.
Keep doing what you're doing. Funny.
At least Paulie's being encouraging, you know? And he sees two single people in his life and is doing something about it.
I don't know. Would you like to maybe, you and me go out together? What do you think? Would you like to? We're gonna have a good time. Have a real good time, you know?
Again, I love the choice of using no music in very serious scenes like this. It gives the audience an isolating feeling.
What's your sister like to do?
Ice cream. Hey,
One thing I have to note, the Rocky theme hasn't been played in full yet.
You know where Southpaw came from?
9 minutes.
I'll tell you, a long time ago, there was this guy, maybe a couple hundred years ago, he was fighting in the, he was fighting around, I think it was around Philadelphia, and his arm, he was left-handed, his arm was facing towards New Jersey, you see? And that's south. So then naturally they call him Southpaw.
I did not know that.
See? Nothing, it bends like that.
Yeah, I can do that to my
originally done
finger
it,
as
look,
well.
the button.
But it does look unsettling.
My father, you weren't born much of a brain, you know, so you better start using your body, right? So I've become a fighter.
My mother, she said the opposite thing. She said you weren't born much of a body, so you better develop your brain.
Did she say that? You know, some people think that being shy is a disease, you know, but it don't bother me none, you know. Why'd I bother bringing it up, huh? Because I'm dumb, that's why.
When you can make fun of yourself, that's a good thing.
I'm dumb and you're shy, what do you think, huh? That nose ain't never been broken, 64 fights.
64 fights.
Never broke. I'm very proud of that, never. Hey, you wanna come inside? Come on in.
No, I gotta go.
Hey, look at his face. Is that a face you can trust or what? Huh?
Talia Shire can act. Her performance is so reserved. It's a difficult thing to do, showing emotions while being an introvert.
These are the exotic animals I was telling you about. These are my friends, Cuff and Link.
I sold them to you.
Yo, why don't you come on over here and sit down? There's big bugs in there, you know. Safer over here.
Smooth.
I'm not sure I know you well enough.
I respect that.
I always knew you was pretty.
Don't tease me.
That's easy. I want to kiss you.
She's still extremely shy and I would say a little uncomfortable, but I think she wants somebody as well, and she's just too scared to take the first step. Holy crap, that scene was extremely intimate and well shot. The cinematography of this film is surprising me, because I know it's a small budget.
I said that before, you dumb dago!
That is a derogatory word.
Yeah, I want to know how come.
You want to know?
I want to know how.
Okay, I'm going to tell you. You became a leg breaker. Some cheap, second-rate loan shark.
It's a living?
It's a waste of life.
I think there might be a hint of honesty in his words. I think Rocky does not appreciate himself enough, or he doesn't think of himself highly enough to be successful. Even when he's standing, he's constantly bobbing and weaving.
You'd be interested in fighting Apollo Creed for the World Heavyweight Championship?
He probably won't even believe it.
No.
He wants to fight you.
I fight in clubs, you know, and I'm really a ham and egger. This guy, he's the best.
Wow. He actually took it seriously and declined.
Apollo, it is a coincidence that you're fighting a white man on the most celebrated day in the country's history.
Is it a coincidence that he's fighting a black man on the most celebrated day in the country's history?
Right on. Tell the truth.
Come here, Rock. It's my main man. Rocky, ain't you Italian?
Yeah, I'm Italian.
Where did you get the name Italian Stallion?
I invented that about 8 years ago when I was eating dinner.
Yo, Adrian!
Yo, Adrian.
Hey, Rocky.
Need someone to help with the exercise and someone standing by with a towel or running errands? You know that.
Hey, yo, Paul, who cared about me yesterday, huh? Nobody. So I just think I'm going to train myself, you know?
Want me to get you a beer, Paulie?
Hey, you looking to do a good deed? Keep out of my freaking life!
Paulie might be super aggressive, but he's the only person who just gives you the honest truth.
That's right, you didn't say nothing! Nothing at all!
I like him.
You know, I said that stuff on TV didn't bother me none.
That was an amazing scene with the music and Stallone's acting. It's Mickey.
I'm here to warn you. that you gotta be very careful about this shot that you got at the title. Well, what you need is a manager.
Now he wants to come and help.
Rocky Marciano. You kind of remind me of The Rock. Do you know that?
I got heart, but I ain't got no locker, do I, Mick?
I want to be your manager.
I need your help about 10 years ago, right? 10 years ago? Right. You never helped me.
Again, I don't know how to feel about this entire situation because I understand where both of these characters are coming from.
Hey, you want to be ringside and see it? Do you? You want to help me out? Huh? Do you want to see me get my face kicked in? Legs ain't working, nothing's working. They go on, fight the chair. Yeah, I'll fight him.
Just look at the line delivery, man. He did let his anger out. I can't believe a scene like this is getting me emotional.
28 degrees. Cold up there. Well,
Is this the famous montage scene? It just might be. Because the camera work is just sublime here. Personally, I thought Apollo Creed would have a big role in this film, but no, we've only seen him, what, for 5 or 7 minutes. It's all about Rocky.
You know, your brother's a good man, but he's awful pushy, you know?
Get out of here! You lay off that pet shop date. Women weaken legs.
Okay, no more fooling around.
Yo, Rocky.
He's slowly getting recognized around the neighborhood.
Hey!
To keep you company when you run.
What we're going to do is just ask you a few questions.
He's promoting the meat business. I just got that. As a favor to Polly, I think.
Rocky, how did you come to train in an icebox?
My friend, the guy over there, he let me in one day and I hit the beef here and I kind of liked it. And since I've become a challenger, the owner don't mind neither that I come in.
Is this...
Creed is not even worried about his opponent at all. He's on a different level.
Gotta come look at this boy you're gonna fight on TV. Looks like he means business.
Yeah, I mean business too.
His friend can see Rocky's potential. You're a good man, but you take it too far sometimes.
Get out of my house.
It's not just your house.
And I don't raise you to go with this scumbag. Yeah, come on! Now you're a big shot fighter on the way up. You don't even throw a crumb to your friend Paulie.
Malente would say that!
Like a loser! I don't get married because of you! You owe me!
Why I owe you?
You're supposed to be good to me!
I take care of you, Paulie. I don't owe you nothing! And you made me feel like a loser!
Such a sad domestic situation.
I want you to meet our cut man here, Al Savani.
I figured some man gonna make some money off your name.
My name? Hey, you can make money off my name, make it, okay?
This is it. For the first time in the entire film, in the third act, just before the fight, we get to hear the entire theme song with his running montage. And people around the neighborhood kind of recognize him too. And I love the fact that the music used with the guitar has a completely different emotional impact when just played on the piano. The piano just made me feel emotional and the guitar is making me feel inspired. And this time the tracking shots are more smooth. And I think that's a directorial choice and a good one. That's why it's so iconic. The intimidation factor here, just based on zooming out. Again, excellent camera work, man. It's so satisfying, just these small moments like this. And the symbolism of him standing below Apollo Creed. Silence.
I can't beat him. It really don't matter if I lose this fight. It really don't matter if this guy opens my head either. Because all I want to do is go the distance. Nobody's ever gone the distance with Creed. And if I can go that distance, seeing that bell rings and I'm still standing, I'm going to know for the first time in my life See? I weren't just another bum from the neighborhood.
I hope he got nominated for an Oscar for this role. If he didn't, it's just criminal. I hope he won. At least nominated or something. Yeah, the director knows the importance of silence in a film.
Wish me luck. I'm gonna need it.
Good luck.
Don't leave town.
Hey, what the hell is that? I trained you to be a fighter and not a billboard.
Shamrock meets Inc. He lost 20 fights. I did not know that.
The Italian Stallion. Some meat sign on the back of his robe there. Have you seen what that was?
Is that the world heavyweight champion?
You know,
He's dressed up as George Washington.
He looks like a big flag.
Creed, he's got a Creed in 3.
Apollo Creed is a classic showman, and he's a very good businessman as well. Hey, that's really Joe Frazier. I got into boxing in my late teens, and holy crap, that's Joe Frazier. Nice little cameo. Joe Frazier and the Ali fight, man. I think he was the first person to beat Ali. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Come on, fight. Come on. Creed, the champion, sipping, pouring those jabs out there. Left-handed jabs right to the head. Bang.
Alright, they're starting off slow.
Hey, I don't believe it.
Oh!
The champ is down. Yes, he is. Creed is down.
Creed is down. Yeah, he's not going to mess around anymore. He's going to take this man seriously.
He's coming back now.
Oh man, these punches feel impactful, and I love how the film is being shot from a lower angle, almost outside the ring.
Your nose is broken.
How's it look?
For the first time in his life, his nose is broken. Getting hit by a champ.
Finish this bum and let's go home. Oh, that's bouncing up against the ring. Champion is trying to get himself. And the referee steps in. They're ready to keep going.
There's round 7. 14 rounds. So it's a 15-round fight. It's not 12 rounds anymore. It's not 12 rounds like it is now. And I can't believe they're still standing after 14. He's finally down. Look at Stallone's face. It's pretty much disfigured. And he's going for the body shots.
I can't see nothing. Gotta open my eye. Come here, Mick.
The 15th and final round.
Oh, he got his other set of ribs. Can you imagine getting punched by a 200-pound man to broken ribs?
Ain't gonna be no rematch. Ain't gonna be no
The
rematch.
fight is over. And I love how unceremoniously Stallone and the director chose to end the fight.
What are you thinking about when that buzzer sounds for that one? What you think about when the 15th round when you're coming out?
Adrian! That's all he cares about. Like he said the night before, he doesn't care if he wins or loses. He just wanted to go the distance. Split decision. Oh, it's going to go to Apollo Creed. Obviously, to the champion. Technically speaking, Creed did win. And the film ends right here. Okay, I took some time to collect my thoughts. Just a quick warning, this is probably my longest review I've done on the channel so far, so just be warned. Anyways, first off, there are movies and then there are films. This was a film, an amazing one at that. Apart from the Karate Kid films, which I watched as a young teen, I haven't watched any of Avildsen's other films, but I think Stallone may deserve more credit here than the director himself. Not only did he write the film, he starred in it with an Oscar-worthy performance, in my opinion. The writing, characters, score, performances, cinematography, and the editing were easily the highlights of the film for me. and the straightforward plot might be considered a weakness in some people's books, but not mine. The simple plot allowed everything else to shine through so brightly that I almost got emotional at times because I could relate to Rocky so much. More so because I myself am going through some stuff in my own life right now, and I cannot begin to describe how this film made me feel inside. You don't have to be a sports fan to appreciate a film like this. Let's start with the directing by John G. Avildsen and writing by Stallone. This film was handcrafted excellence when it comes to the characters and the overall writing. Not many films have this level of emotional depth, especially sports films. Yeah, they might be inspirational, but they don't stay on your mind for too long. For me, Rocky was a film that I'll probably cherish for the rest of my life. Stallone starts his story off by putting his own character lower than an underdog. His prime years have passed him, and he was selling his body essentially for less than $50 a fight. That itself was tragic. Furthermore, he was shown to be alone and soon loses his place at his gym, even though he was winning fights. The only positive thing in his life was his turtles, love for animals. The turtles he bought from Adrian, a local pet store employee whose brother Paulie also happens to be good friends with Rocky. On the other side of the coin, the world heavyweight champion, Apollo Creed's next big fight falls through, and he comes up with the genius idea of fighting a local boxer from Philadelphia and effectively giving them a chance at the American dream. Out of all his opponents, out of all his options, Creed chooses Rocky just because of his stage name, the Italian Stallion, which he and the rest of the promoters think they can sell very well. Although initially refusing the offer, he reluctantly agrees because win or lose, this was an opportunity of a lifetime. Mickey, his old trainer who removed him from the gym, comes back to help him prepare for his fight. As he prepares for the fight of his life with Adrian, Mickey, and Paulie in his corner, Rocky starts getting his confidence back, but he's never shown to be arrogant or overly confident. He seemed like he expected the loss but hoped for the best. This particular mentality resonated with me a lot. This is life. We don't get what we want. The world moves on without you, and it's on you to make something of yourself. Man, what a strong message. Anyways, after the fight itself, it only lasts, the last 15 minutes of the film. Rocky knocks down an overconfident Creed in the first round, bringing him back to reality and making him realize that Rocky is no chump, like he called him earlier, just before the fight. The two men go head to head with both of them giving it their all, and Rocky winning the respect of the crowd, being able to stand toe-to-toe with the best in the world. At the end, a split decision win is given to Creed, which I thought was fair. But Rocky didn't care at all. As he said to Adrian the night before the fight, all he wanted to achieve was to go the distance. Not only did he achieve that, he knocked the undefeated heavyweight champion of the world for the first time in his career. With his goal accomplished, all he wanted was Adrian, and that's exactly what he did. Scream out her name. Adrian! As they declare their love for each other, the film ends perfectly. The cinematography, camera work, editing of the film was phenomenal, especially when you consider the budget. I think each and every shot had a purpose, unlike a lot of popcorn films. The training montages in particular were shot brilliantly with smooth flowing camera work, and the fight scenes were also shot with great care, with most of the shots being shot from the outside of the ring. The editing in the film was great too, during the emotional moments between Adrian and Rocky, and also the fight scenes. The choice of not cutting away at the moment of impact of the punches was the best choice that the director could have made because of the realism it brought to the story. Philadelphia itself was shot and shown beautifully too. And it was almost as important to the film as any other character in the story. The music in the film was stupid good. It was incredible. It was phenomenal. Just that theme alone was worthy of Oscars, plural. The beautiful thing about that piece of music is that not only can it inspire you, but it can also bring you to tears depending on how it's played. On an open piano, the score sounded emotional, sad, and contemplative, whereas the same music with guitars and trumpets made me feel like I was there with Rocky at the top of the world. What else can I say but wow. Sylvester Stallone played Rocky Balboa, the Italian stallion. His performance was mind-boggling. It was intimate. I'm running out of adjectives to describe Stallone's performance here. This was his script and his baby, and he went above and beyond for this role, I'm sure. His physical acting was great, with him bobbing and weaving even when he was not on the ring, showing his fighting mentality. His character was shown to be empathetic, helping people out around the neighborhood. Watching his emotions transition from hopelessness to sadness and despair to motivated and finally to acceptance was an emotional journey for me. This was easily his best performance in my opinion, and keep in mind I watched Rambo on the channel a couple of weeks ago. Talia Shire played Adrian, Rocky's love interest. Her performance was so good, man. It was nuanced. She portrayed Adrian as shy, reclusive, and insecure. Seeing her come out of her shell with the help of Rocky and Paulie to some extent was just, well, I'll just say it made me happy. Their on-screen chemistry was off the charts. The intimate moments with them alone were a real highlight of the film for me. One thing I noted that both Adrian and Rocky had in common were their insecurities about themselves. Rocky was insecure about his mind, and Adrian was insecure about her body. That, in my opinion, is why they fit so well together. Like yin and yang, like a perfect set of Legos, like peanut butter and jam. I loved Shire in The Godfather, and I loved her here too. Burt Young and Burgess Meredith played Paulie and Mickey. Both of these people knew Rocky for a long time. At the beginning of the film, neither one of them really believed in him, despite being friends with him. Both these characters were good at heart, but a little selfish. But hey, that's human nature. Both of them never got a proper shot in their lives, and I guess they were a little jealous of Rocky. But they overcame that to help him at the end. Both of their performances were solid, and their characters were pivotal to the story. Carl Weathers played Apollo Creed. Weathers is a fantastic actor. I've recently seen him on Predator on my channel. Do check that out. He played Creed with confidence and style. I had no problems in believing him to be the champion of the world. I don't believe he was shown in a negative light at all in this film. He was a savvy businessman and a great fighter too. His only fault might have been his overconfidence, which he overcomes after getting knocked down in the first round by Rocky. He humbles right up, and he respects Rocky for the rest of the fight. That's why I don't believe he was the antagonist of the film at all. In my opinion, the antagonist of the film was Rocky himself. He needed to believe in himself and overcome the odds, which he does at the end despite losing. I don't have any criticisms of this film, and even if I did, I'm a little biased on this one. To me, this was as close to the perfect script as you can get. Obviously, this is not Citizen Kane or The Shining, 2001 or The Godfather, but I believe this film will be on the same list as them, albeit a little lower. That in itself is a high honor. Overall, I love this film. I will be rewatching this over and over and over again whenever I feel down. Stallone did the best work of his career right here. Shire was excellent opposite to him. I don't remember how good the other Rocky films were because I mix all of them up, but I'll bet $1 million that none of them even come close to this one. Like I said at the beginning, there are movies and then there are films, and this was the latter. Anyways, thank you for watching. I have a Patreon page. Consider being a patron. Subscribe to the channel. Like if you liked this video. Dislike it if you didn't. I will see you in the next one. Bye.